holds a special place in the island's history. In the past, it was where important decisions were made. It is where the ancient court, known as the Kertogoza, was located. This palace of rajas and nobles is most notable as the place where today's music, dance, and art styles originated. It was the center for all artistic forms. Four scenes depicting the celestial palace are located under the keystone. There are 3 rows of scenes depicting the agony inflicted on sterile women, adulterous men, and criminals. The painting's minute detail was meant to strike fear into those guilty of these crimes. The Kerta found here today is Klongkong's finest remaining example of architectural painting. 3 Brahmin priests acting as judges presided over this royal court, which continued to function during Dutch colonization. Cases were only judged here if a ruling had not been obtained in the concerned families or villages. For the Kerta was Bali's highest court and by far the harshest in the land. Certain passages from the Mahabharata are also depicted on the walls. The fearsome divinities who were responsible for justly serving the condemned are reminiscent of those found in Tibetan monasteries. The judgments were taken in by the terrifying all-seeing eyes of Garuda, the mythical bird. Wooden sculptures have represented the same events for generations. In Bali, the artists reproduce works, more than actually creating new forms of art. The goal is to reproduce temples using traditional styles, rather than create totally new ones. An old statue is replaced. Contrary to Western thinking, here older objects have little value. In the 1930s, wood carving became a distinct art form, and not merely a craft used to decorate temples, palaces, and make everyday objects. Like painting, wood sculpting covered all kinds of eccentric styles. The strangeness of the composition's themes and the dramatic pauses gave the figures a certain dramatic style. In days long gone, painting had an essentially religious function, and paintings were first done on bark before being copied onto fabric. They were seldom shown outside of religious ceremonies. Balinese artwork underwent an explosion after the arrival of Western artists in the 1930s. Abandoning their traditional epic frescoes, which were the fruit of multiple artists, the painters now took up painting their everyday surroundings.
Oh begitu. Barusan. Di sini aja ya? Baru belum malu nang baru belum terbit lagi. Belum mana?
The mask is a window onto the spirit world. Carved wooden masks were used in Topeng's many plays. These plays were about events in everyday life and occasionally about religious events. The mass